welcome to the iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia on Warranjoy Woiwurrung traditional land for the iceHQ Aussie Classic Grand Final day. And tonight, this is the last of the Grand Finals. It's been a great big long day here. We've seen some thrilling hockey, including the last game that just went to a penalty shootout. Teams could not be separated after regulation, could not be separated after overtime, so it went to a shootout. And that was between the Bison and the Aussie Heat. The Aussie Heat taking that one in the shootout. This is the rookie grand final between the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club in the black and the Hellfish in the green. Hopefully you can tell the difference on the live stream. The contrast isn't great, but it's not too bad as long as the lighting is okay and you turn the screen up a little bit. Last time these two teams played was yesterday. Feels like forever ago. The Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club winning that one 4 goals to Hellfish 1. The damage mostly done by Aaron Bowl. Not surprisingly, we know he's a pretty handy goal scorer for the Ammos. The Hellfish managed to get 1, and that was scored by, I can't remember, but someone who scored a goal. Anyway, regardless, it's the last game of the evening for us. Players to watch out for the Ammos is Jacob Muggets, who's very effective in defence. Aaron Bowl, who is a bit of a goal-scoring machine. And also for the Ammos, Josh Thompson and Jacob Kowalgi are both very effective indeed at scoring. For the Hellfish, players to watch out for there will be Jack Strutt, who's particularly effective, and also Ulysses Mercado. And in the net for them, Lockie Walsh, who's been outstanding throughout the season and will be reasonably fresh. He played a game earlier today, but won't be too bad. In the net for the Ammos is Chris Paola, who normally plays in quite a high level in our recreation league as a player, not, however, as a goaltender. He has been pretty effective through the season. The Ammos have made it through uncontested pretty much to the grand final. They finished on top, and they are playing the winner of the game yesterday between 2 and 3, or was it this morning? Whichever. So Hellfish have had to come here the hard way, whereas the Ammos have come through the shortest, most direct distance. Referees just finalising the puck collection, and will be underway very shortly. It's 3 periods, 2 12-minute periods stop time, and then 1 15-minute period stop time. If at the end of regulation we are tied up, we then go to 5 minutes of 3-on-3 sudden death overtime, so the first goal wins. And if at the conclusion of that we're still all tied up, we then go to a penalty shootout, and I'll explain those things if and when we get to them. Usually doesn't happen, but you never know. Certainly the last one did. It went all the way through overtime into a penalty shootout. Face-off about to be taken. We'll be getting underway for the first period. 12 minutes the first one. Stop time. The clock will stop every time the referee's whistle blows. If you're not used to it, it does change the complexion of the game. A little puck chip through there and won by Huber. Goes back through to the Hellfish. Chip it up the boards, trying to find Jones. Jones couldn't handle it. And it's on the stick instead of Brindley. Brindley tries to dump it in. Jones goes through to pick it up as well. Jack Shear has the puck and tries to put it across the front. Nice option, but Kowalgi was there for the Ammos, so he moves up the ice looking for a passing option from Huber, but it wouldn't go. Sitting loose in the slot now, Jones. Jones, the puck comes across to him nicely. Good chance for him. Couldn't quite get onto it, though. It was a great chance for the Hellfish early on. Jones loses his footing. The puck just poked through by Percy. Percy with a bit of room down the side, but he's surrounded by a wall of green as the Ammos are changing. Picked up and flung in by Huber, but it wouldn't go anywhere near the net as the Hellfish looked to play it out of the net through Uli, but couldn't quite clear it. It's dumped in by Percy again, but it goes deep into the corner. Looking to put the puck across, looking for Huber in the slot. Hellfish couldn't hold it. It was a good chance there for Brindley, but left the puck behind. Just poking in a backhand there was McKines, but that wouldn't go either as the Hellfish try and clear it out of the zone, and they do successfully. Ammos having to reset back and get themselves organised. Now coming back through the other way, the Hellfish trying to keep the puck in if they can, but it's stolen by Atwood, who has a little bit of room in front. Pushed though into the corner by Ulysses. And that's Ulysses Mercado, but coming in to try and get a shot away and flinging it in from the blue line was Lockwood. And now the puck behind the hut on the boards as the Hellfish look to try and clear it out. They clear the puck out of the zone, forcing all of the Ammos to have to leave before anyone can go back in. And chipping the puck in there was McKines. Not terribly much on it, didn't on the blue line. They fire it back across. Hellfish now forced to tag up. They go across ice. The Hellfish, very lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Basley didn't quite get onto it either. It's behind the net and rimming it wisely is Atwood, who plays it around the back of the net. Up high in the slot though, Basley picks up the puck, gets a bit of a chance, gets onto his forehand, can't hold it. Chipping the puck in was Powell, but she couldn't get much on it either, and the puck will be flung off into the corner. Getting there first, Kowalgi. He looks around trying to find someone in the slot. He's got a loose player there. Two of them now. Two Ammo sitting in the slot unmarked. In particular there, Wilson just sitting there, setting up camp, pitching the tent and everything. But in the end, they couldn't get the puck to it. Kowalgi will go over and pick it up on the half boards. Looks across for options. Again, sitting high slot, totally unmarked, is Wilson. The Hellfish really need to tidy up on that if they can. Kowalgi now comes in, gets onto the forehand, winds. It bounced off something, it didn't make it through. Powell will play the puck up the ice. It gets through the feet of Thompson. No icing the call. As going back now to pick it up and using the boards as breaks was Atwood. The Hellfish now looking to reset and see if they can get some shots on. Basley tries to get the puck around, doesn't get it past Percy. Percy leaves the puck behind though, and it will be carried in this time instead by Huber. Huber's dispossessed. Ammo's changing. They come out now with some fresh legs. Strutt coming in to put some pressure on them, but not enough. As it's chipped through, and they find Huber, but Huber couldn't make it complete. Percy moving around the middle, trying to put some pressure through the middle of the defensive zone. Almost gets the check on as the Hellfish go cross ice and don't clear the zone. It's brought back in by Strutt. Strutt goes up the ice. It's found Old, but Old couldn't do much with it. Now it's back into the neutral zone. Picked up Percy. Percy gets past Strutt. Strutt trying to reach out and put a stick in the way. The Hellfish letting players loose in the slot again, floating high. Huber, who's just parking himself there and again setting up tent. Maybe he's got a caravan, I don't know. But now moving in to try and get the puck on the pinching in from the D, but not quite getting the forehand away on it was East. It was a good chance, just a little bit squandered, and the Hellfish will dump it down. Jack Strutt racing through to wipe off the icing, gets there first, nullifies the icing, both players losing their footing. The ice is a bit slippery. That will happen. The puck is rimmed around the back of the net now, and going to pick it up on the boards is Old. Old dumps it in, but it will be retrieved by the Ammos. They play around the back of the net wisely, not choosing to go in front of the net. That's the smart thing to do. And now they look up ice for options, trying to chip it up the boards, but Hellfish there shutting it down. They play dangerously, but they managed to clear it out of the zone. As kicking the puck out of the zone was Margetts. Loses his footing in the process, just runs backwards into the leg there of Old. That wasn't really anyone's fault. Ammo's looking to be a little bit short on some of their players. I haven't seen Ball here yet. Maybe they're keeping his powder dry. But he's certainly their number one goal scorer. Now he's on the ice now. Has the puck, circles around. Manages to get the puck up through, but it only goes as far as Mercado, who chips it up across ice, but they caught the Ammos just slightly offside. Ball is still offside. Has to go back and tag up on the blue line. The rule is puck then you, or puck you. As Thompson now being pressured by Kirby, as the Hellfish look to try and get the puck through out of the neutral zone and into some attacking play. It's been almost all Ammos so far, but no one actually getting a shot on the net that the scorers have counted. Puck deep in the corner as the Hellfish are double teaming on the Ammos forwards. Kowalgi now plays it up to his D, who winds, shoots. It's high, hits Uli somewhere. That would have stung. Sorry, hits Ulysses somewhere. That would have stung. Now coming back with some heat is the Hellfish. Thompson takes a risky pass across to his D partner, but it worked, and that was to Atwood. And now Kowalgi with the puck. He looks around trying to find movement. Circles around. He's got plenty of space. He's looking for players moving. Doesn't see too much. Elects to go himself. Doesn't get around the check, though. Loses the puck in the middle of the neutral zone. Has to come back and reset. As now it's played in by Mercado. Mercado gets onto his forehand. Can't get the shot away, though. It'll be cleared out of the zone. Almost kept in, though, as they go cross ice. And the puck picked up now. Percy, who looks up ice. Doesn't get it past Mercado, who's doing excellent work so far. Pass came across to Jones, who couldn't get onto it. And now it will be cleared out of the zone. Moving up the ice quickly is East. East tries to chip the puck past Ortel and does. Gets caught, though, in the corner. Runs out of room. Skating in with some speed there, Wilson. Wilson with a cloak of invisibility so many times gets into that slot position and he's ignored. Coming back now with speed is Ortel, but Ortel runs into pressure. The save in the end gets a shot away, but the save hit Paola's stick, who deflected it up into the netting. And with 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the first, we are still tied up at no goals apiece, and just the one shot on the net there to the Hellfish, but Paola well and truly up to that challenge. Let's see how they face off. The Hellfish D sitting up nice and high conservatively as the Ammos look to try and get a breakout there through Froggatt, who is moving quickly. Hellfish this time alert to the threat. Froggatt now just stumbles a little bit, keeps moving. He's got Margetts with him racing in, but the pass inland is picked off there by the Hellfish. Moving up with some speed, Covington. Covington gets onto a backhand, shoots wildly, but is seen off into the netting again by Paola. It was a good move there by the Hellfish to get that movement. And it was Covington who came flying through, goes over now to get a change as the Ammos will reset. It's been a very long week of hockey for both teams. Most players have played at least 4 games. As Strutt now tries to wheel around and give himself a bit of space. He pivots on the spot but can't clear the puck out, and it'll be picked up by Thompson. He clears the puck out of the zone, gets past the first check, finds Kowalgi, who rims it deep looking for a player moving in of theirs in Lockwood. She goes in to pick it up. Goes behind the net again. Kowalgi battling, trying to get around the blocking the pressure there. Just going underneath Thompson's stick, racing now to pick it up. Basley will get there first. No one going to the Strutt though. Strutt a little bit pedestrian in getting in. He's sitting high looking for the option. Sitting loose in the slot also was Powell, but they couldn't get it to her. And now the Ammos look to reset to go behind the net, wisely taking the safe option. Then they go cross ice, but again they get away with it. Went up to Kowalgi, but Kowalgi was picked. Now it's on the stick of Bowl. Bowl dumps it in deep. Not doing terribly much yet. The referee's calling that one an icing. If you're not familiar with the rule of icing, the rule is simple, at least in its first instance. If you play the puck from your side of the rink, so your side of the centre line, the red line down the middle, and it crosses the goal line at the other end without anyone touching it, it's icing and you are brought back for a defensive zone face-off. There are some nuances to it and some other aspects to it, but that's essentially the gist of it. The sting in the tail is the team that ices the puck is not allowed to get a change. The attacking team can, the defensive team cannot get a change. Strutt now trying to get the puck in on the net, just chips it through, goes around the back of the net. He's got Hellfish loose in the slot. Can he get the puck to them? It goes high. Strutt now racing to try and get it, but he's beaten it to the puck by Bowl, who got there first. And the Hellfish clear the puck out of the zone. But Bowl will pick it up and play it back to his D. They look up ice, trying to find options. Don't see any movement. Their team changing. It's kept in there by Dumont. Picked up, though, by the Ammos, who go cross ice, and it's intercepted briefly, but not for long enough to make a difference. And now the Ammos will look to play the puck up the ice again. Thompson this time dumps it up, but doesn't get it past Mercado. Mercado comes skating in one to beat, just kicks it off his feet, loses it under his foot, and in the process just allows Percy to get puck on it, get stick on that puck, and they will clear the puck out of the zone. Here comes Percy, 2 in front of him. He's got Mercado chasing back as well. Mercado gets a stick on it and just disrupts Percy's movement, who dumps it back up the ice, trying to find a winger on the move. The Hellfish do manage to clear the puck out of the zone as the Ammos have to reset. Racing in now to pot the puck in is East. East gets onto his forehand but can't get a shot away. Gets a second chance but can't get to the puck this time. Now he's got it. Going through the slot, runs into some green jerseys. Tries to duck and weave and get it out, but the puck's still keeping the puck in the zone there, the Ammos. Shot fired from a distance, goes just slightly wide. It was a good option, hoiking the puck in with a backhander, Huber. 1 minute to go in the period, still no goals, and only the one shot on the net for the entire period. It's like watching the Bruins play this season. Old tried to stay onside. The rule here is puck you, so Old crossed into the offensive zone, crossed the blue line before the puck did. Tried to stick his foot out in the back just to slow the progress down, but he's offside. And with 49.2 seconds to go in the first, we're still tied up at no goals apiece. Face off just outside the defensive zone for the Ammos as the Hellfish a little bit pedestrian in their change, but they get organised in the end. Face off one and chipped through by the Ammos. Kowalgi tries to get past pressure and is put into the Hellfish boards. He's going to get a penalty against the Hellfish on that one. It's a bit of a tough call because you could certainly make the claim that you're contesting the puck, But the consequences of that one was Kowalgi almost going into the Hellfish bench. So the Hellfish are going to sit. Covington will do 2 minutes in the naughty box. So the Hellfish now have a numerical disadvantage for 2 minutes. If a goal is not scored, they'll be starting the next period a player down. 43.5 seconds to go in the period. The face-off won by the Ammos. They fling it in hard through Thompson. They put it across the front of the net. They do have the advantage now. Kowalgi looks up high, passed it up to his D, who wasn't there. So the Ammos will have to go back and get it. They're racing back under pressure from Edwards. They clear the puck ice. This is where the Hellfish want to be careful they don't overcommit. The Ammos can bring the puck up ice, but it's intercepted there beautifully by Jones, but he's caught offside. He has to get back onside quickly. The Ammos now look to dump it in deep. They find Bargats, but he can't do much with it. It's back up. Thompson now has the puck. He puts it around, tried to find Huber, but that wasn't particularly effective in the end. Huber dumps it in. Just 1 second to go in the period, and the puck is frozen there by Lockie Walsh in the net for the Hellfish. And at the end of the first, they're all tied up, no goals apiece. Just the one shot on the net as the scorer sees it. You might be thinking, well, hey, hang on a sec. I saw the goalie catch the puck a couple of times. The rule is this. It only counts as a shot on the net if the scorer thinks the puck would have got in if the goalie hadn't have made the save. So that little catch there by Lockie Walsh at the end of the period for the Hellfish doesn't count as a shot because it wasn't going to go in the net. He stopped the puck, but he didn't save it from being a goal. The interesting thing about this second period will be 12 minutes, but it will be starting with a numerical advantage to the Ammos. Covington for the Hellfish will be sitting another 1 minute and 17 seconds of penalty, unless a goal is scored, in which case the penalty will be wiped and the Ammos will have a goal. We shall see. So far, neither team has been particularly effective in attack. We're waiting to see if Aaron Bowl, who's looked a little bit sluggish tonight, might be tired. He certainly has been the #1 goal scorer for this team throughout this and many other series as well. Very difficult player to contain. The team's now swapping sides. It's a bit harder for them to make changes in defence. So the bench is now away from their defensive side. As the referee's about to get us underway. Hellfish with just the 4 on the ice to start with because of the penalty on Covington. Strutt now tries to dump it in, but not cleanly. It only got it across to Henstridge. Henstridge gets it across the net. Just trying to do something constructive with it now is Bowl. Bowl gets a shot. It's caught underneath the feet of Lockie Walsh. He lost sight of it. Didn't cross the line, though. I think Lockie Walsh should be feeling a little bit lucky about that one. He lost sight of it. It was a shot in the 5-hole, which is the gap between the goalie's legs. Didn't quite make it all the way through. The Ammos will reload. 57 seconds to go on the power play. And they bring in Gabrielle Wilson into centre. Will she play it back or try and play it forward? Strutt wins that one, but it goes across. Strutt tries to dig it out. The Ammos now with the puck. They play it up. It gets up to Atwood, who has an option to shoot. And he does. Through traffic and noise, it goes wide. Lockie Walsh saw that one coming, but it went wide of the net. Ammos now chip it in. Goes behind the net, battle in the slot for position as the Hellfish look to clear it out. All they need to do is put the puck down the other end. They choose to go instead. Basley now with one in front, looking to get a shorty. Gets onto the forehand, shoots, just doesn't get enough on the shot. It was a good move, but then failed in the last with just poor execution at the end. Strutt now has the puck, looks around, tries to play it in deep. That's the right option for the Hellfish. They can get a change now if they want. 16 seconds to go on the Covington penalty. Hellfish not changing. They've kept the same line out. They'll be tired. It's a great opportunity to get a change as the Ammos look to play the puck up the ice. Basley gives a shove to Atwood and is going to get a penalty for his trouble. So as soon as the Hellfish touch the puck, they'll be back in the box. And understandably too, that was a pretty blatant piece of boarding there from Basley. And it looks like Basley has been given a game misconduct and is being escorted from the rink. Basley's game is over. Is that Basley? No, it might be Mahoney, sorry. It's Will Mahoney who is escorted from the rink. He's been given a game misconduct for boarding, shoving a player into the boards head first. And so 2 and 10, he is out. So Jack Strutt will have to come over and sit the penalty on his behalf. So the player has been evicted from the game. So Strutt will sit 2 on his behalf, as the evicted player is actually required to leave the bench and does so now. You can't go pushing people in the back into the boards. It's a very unsafe thing indeed. So the Hellfish on the second consecutive penalty kill. The Ammos with another great chance to try and score a goal. Beneficiary of some ill-disciplined play there by Will Mahoney. As the Hellfish look to try and clear the puck out, Ortel can't get it out. Jacob Kowalgi goes behind the net trying to find someone loose in the slot. Scott Percy comes up high, shot fired in through traffic by East. Didn't quite go. Kowalgi now with a chance down at his feet, but it's chipped out there by Mikado. Puck comes back up now to East, but he's pressured. He didn't get the shot away in time. Kowalgi now with a chance, tries to get around the defence. Gets onto his forehand and just passes it up high. It's flung in from a distance. A nice tip in. Lockie Walsh, though, in position to shut that one down. Wasn't a bad shot in from the blue line. Another chance now for East. Instead, he goes cross ice, makes the pass, and the pass comes out of the zone. The Ammo is forced to reset. They chip the puck back in, giving away possession, just giving it back to the Hellfish, who hesitate, go cross ice. Very lucky to get away with that choice was Ortel, especially on the penalty kill, but they do. Those cross ice passes out of D, especially when there's no movement, particularly risky. But stretching, trying to get to it was Covington under pressure from Percy. Percy goes in to try and deny the opportunity. Still, it's a double minor too for Strutt having to sit the penalty. So the Ammos with 4 minutes of numerical advantage, which will be add up to 6 in total, that they've had an extra player on the ice. Can they score from it? Can they get a shot on the net from it? More to the point. Puck dumped down right down the other end, so the goaltender in Paola gets it, plays it up ice. Ammo's just dawdling a little bit. Finally, they get it to someone, and moving is Margetts. Margetts flies in, tries to get around Mikado. He's pushed into the corner. He's got Bowl with him as well. Bowl gets it deep in the corner, circles around looking for movement. There's no one in the slot, though, for the Ammos, looking dangerous, and the Hellfish will break it out. They dump the puck down, and they send it all the way to Moe. Just losing his footing there was Page, as Paola holds the puck behind the net briefly. And Ammos take a little bit of a tumble. Paola has his hand up for a penalty, but it's not going to happen. That was a fair challenge as Margetts crosses the line and caught offside. The Ammos in Froggatt, I think, was just offside. And we'll get a reset. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go of numerical advantage for the Ammos. They've had thus far about 3 minutes of power play and haven't been able to get too many shots on net. Unusual for them. Normally they're very effective in attack, but it's been a long week and a long weekend. You'll see number 23 there has the penalty on him, and it's Jack Strutt, but it's not actually Jack. The penalty was given to Will Mahoney, who's been given a game misconduct and a double minor. As the Hellfish look to clear the puck out of the zone. Desperate defence for them. They can't get it out. Kept in there nicely. Shot fired now. Save made by Lockie Walsh. Desperately last line of defence. Hellfish finally clear the puck out of the zone. It's missed by Page, who has to go back and get it. Paola clears it out. Here come the Ammos again, making sure they stay on side. Is Lockwood. Good defensive play there, though, by the Hellfish. Lucky there not to get caught for a trip, though, was Edwards. Puck is fired across the front, and Lockie Walsh catches the puck. I'm not sure that will count as a shot. I don't know that it was going to go in. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go on the Mahoney penalty, who was given 5 and 2, a game misconduct. So the Hellfish will be without Mahoney for the remainder of the game. Ammos win the face-off, but there's an infraction of some description. Possibly Percy may have moved a little early. So the face-off will be reset. Referee just explaining some of the finer points of the rules to the centres. Face-off won by the Hellfish, but into the slot. Dangerous area. Kowalgi now tries to get a shot away, just fans on it. Second time up, he gets it to Atwood. Atwood tries to get a shot away. Basley was in front. Shot fired by Kowalgi. He buries it behind the net, and Kowalgi gets the first one for the Ammos. Strutt will be able to come out onto the ice now as it was into the second 2 minutes of his penalty. So that wipes the penalty and Strutt can come onto the ice. But the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club now have the first goal of the game with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second. At least I'm under the understanding that Jack Strutt should be able to come out on the ice. I don't know that they've let him yet. There's my understanding that it was only the first 2 minutes of the double minor that wasn't wiped by a penalty. But regardless, that's the ruling that referees have made. Strutt still has to sit in there for another 2 minutes. Maybe it's because of misconduct that needs to reread the rule book. So just trying to get something happening there is Huber. Huber gets pushed into the corner. Hellfish still on the penalty kill, only the 4 on the ice. The puck, though, cleared out by them and dumped in deep, sent all the way down to Moe. Paola will have to go and pick it up. Just fans on it, almost puts it into his own net, Chris Paola. He'd be embarrassed if that one went in. Who doesn't love an own goal, especially when you're the goaltender? Getting around Kirby is East. East gets a shot away, but it's blocked there. Covington got a stick on it and just blasted away into the high slot. It goes, not able to clear it, Kirby. And now it's Huber who tries to put it into the slot, but the Hellfish will spin around and clear it out of the zone. Just 54 seconds to go now on the power play. Amos with a 1-goal lead. Not much pressure on them as the Hellfish just look at them, but they can't do much on the penalty kill anyway. You can't overcommit in defence. Now the Amos look to play it around through Froggatt, but caught offside. The Amos, so we will get a stoppage. 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the second. 36 seconds to go on the Strutt penalty. Remember, it's not actually on Strutt. The penalty is on Mahoney. Strutt sitting it on his behalf as the Amos get themselves set up and ready. Just the 4 on the ice for the Hellfish for another 35 seconds. They try and dump it in deep. Jones now for the Hellfish trying to shut down the lane, circling around. There is the Melbourne Amos in bowl. Not able to do terribly much with it. Froggatt now can't handle the pass and puts it back. It'll be picked up though by Thompson, who tries to get through. Doesn't get past Powell. Chipped through now by Froggatt though. Just 12 seconds to go on the Strutt penalty. He'll be back on the ice very shortly, which will square things up as the Amos now try and chip the puck in past Jones. He can't get enough on it, and the penalty is over now. Back on the ice, Strutt. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Jones trying to clear it up. Strutt almost picks it up on the stretch. He's going back now to pick it up. Thompson, who just stutters a little bit on his footing, but manages to dump the puck in. It only goes straight onto the stick of Tatum Anderson, who looks up ice. Gets it out of the zone, but only to Thompson for the Amos coming back to pick it up. Thompson under pressure, though. He's got Mercado flying in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. The puck is moved up, though, and picked up by Percy. Percy tries to get onto his forehand, found Kowalgi. Puck goes into the corner, and they'll battle for it there as the Hellfish looking to clear the puck out of the zone. They've got Desperate calling for it there by the winger in Mercado. Couldn't get the puck out, though, yet. Now it ends up on Mercado's stick, but he can't handle it. It's chipped back over the top. Well, Kowalgi was having to reset, playing the puck up the boards and just managing to not quite clear the puck out of the zone was Anderson. Gets it out now as the Amos caught offside. Mercado pushed down into the corner by the defensive pressure of the Amos. Hand up now for a penalty, and it's going to be on the it's going to be on the Amos. We've got a tripping foul, and it looks like it's going to be a tripping foul on Percy. So he will sit 2, giving the Hellfish a chance to get one back on the power play with 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the second. Hellfish with their first chance on the power play. The importance of discipline in this game is very high, but a tripping foul is sometimes one that's unavoidable. If your stick causes your opponent to trip over, regardless of whether or not you intended it, it will give away a penalty. As here come the Amos on the penalty kill, trying to get past the Hellfish. Brindley there just doing a good job of holding back and managing the distance as he runs into Margetts. Margetts circling around high slot. It'll be embarrassing for the Hellfish if a short-handed goal was scored here. Now Brindley moves up the ice. He's got a bit of room in front of me. He's on the power play. He goes in. He's got Addersley with him as well. Tries to put the puck in, but there's a foot in the way there, and it belongs to Huber. And the Amos will clear the puck out of the way, firing at the referee in the stripes. Get out of my way. That's coming, as now it'll be picked up by Mercado. Mercado goes cross ice on the penalty on the power play. That's not such a bad choice. Tried to get the puck up to Brindley, but it's going to go for icing. Hellfish throwing that puck away and running the clock down for the Amos penalty. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the period. 1 minute and 12 seconds on the Percy penalty, as the puck will be brought back for a defensive zone face-off for the Hellfish. They did squander that opportunity a little bit, but here's a chance for them. If the Amos pinch in too tight on the face-off, then the Hellfish get a chance to get away behind them. Amos, because they're on the penalty kill, they've only got the 4 on the ice, which is a great chance for a counter-attack if they can make it happen, the Hellfish. The Amos have stacked the line, though. Trying to fire it in was Page. Goes back of the net now. Mikado calling for a cross ice. Don't pass that. Don't take that pass, boys. As now Old skates it up. Gets past the first line of defence, but is picked. Coming back now with strength and numbers, the Amos. But it'll be picked up. Brindley, who goes behind the net. He's trying to find passing options. Got Aldersley circling around. Finds Uli. Uli with the puck. Can't handle it. It comes back to him, though. Looks up ice. Tries to chip it past the pressure. He's robbed of it once more now. Ends up with the puck in his feet. Gets into the high slot. Just 32 seconds to go on the penalty. Can they get a shot on the net, the Hellfish? Not quite. Watched there by Paola. It went past everyone deep into the corner. 20 seconds to go on the Percy penalty. He'll be back out very shortly as the Amos dump the puck all the way down to Moe. Go fetch. And the Hellfish will have to reset. Lockie Walsh plays it up ice. But it's stolen there by Bowl, who gets onto his forehand and shoots and scores. Aaron Bowl gets a short-handed goal. Lockie Walsh played it up the ice. Bowl picked it, intercepted it, stole it, got onto his forehand and fired over the glove hand there of Walsh. Just got past the right-hand side of him. And the Amos out to a 2-0 lead, including a short-handed goal to them. Percy will be back on in 6 seconds as the puck face-off is won, this time by the Hellfish. Picking it up is Jones. Jones tries to get on his forehand, gets a shot. Penalty now over. Percy behind the play, calling for it. They get it up to Percy on the stretch. He'll beat the icing. Walsh maybe not aware of his existence as Percy goes to wrap around. It's high slot. Shot fired. Players go all flying all over the place. There's bodies everywhere. Kawalgi tripped over the top of Ortel and bringing back puck back now the other way, the Hellfish. 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the second. Amos with a 2-goal lead. It's not a huge lead, but it's enough. Not able to keep it in though. Covington hoiks it back across deep in as Jones goes into battle for it for the Hellfish. He tries to find an option. Amos fire it across the front of the net, but get away with it. And they break it out now. Kawalgi with one in front of it. Nortel, he chips the puck off his feet, tries to get on his forehand. He's got a loose player in the slot who goes around the back of the net. Margetts possibly wasted that opportunity. Now the Hellfish look to break it out. Goes through just about everyone's sticks except Thompson, who blocked it. Kawalgi battling for it, but he's beaten. Not able to clear the puck, though, but eventually was Schultz. We've got an offside. Amos caught offside. They have to touch up as they circle around and try and get away. The pressure there from Jones and Edwards. Resolute on the boards there, trying to put a lot of pressure on East. They end up with the puck, the Hellfish. Can they get a shot away? Just some poke check there and stick work nicely done by Huber. As Jones battles for position in the slot, but he's going to be pushed around by the bigger player. 1 minute to go in the period. As the player's battling on the blue line. In the end, though, the Amos managed to clear it out. Going back to pick it up is Ortel. He's got a lot of room, but he's got some pressure on him as well. He's got Margetts coming in to put some pressure on him. He has to go board side and does. Not a bad option. Thompson chips it back in. Amos caught offside. Basley now looks up. Doesn't have the puck. And cross ice intercepted. Wouldn't you know it? That never happens, except it always does. Picked up now by Wilson, who tries to chip it in. Strutt can't get it out of the zone. 25 seconds to go in the period. The Amos just lose possession. It's flung in deep. Jones now racing for it, but it's going to go for icing and will be brought back. Those cross ice passes out of D time after time after time. You will see them get intercepted. It's such a risky choice, and it's so often made, especially by beginner players. You want to play good D, just don't do it as your first instinct. It's not always the wrong choice, but about 99.9% of the time it is. Face off with just 20 seconds to play. Amos try and get a shot through traffic. It bounces off legs. Strutt now for the Hellfish. Tries to clear it out. He's got the puck down at his feet on the boards. He holds it. He's got no one in front of him now. He's got a bit of room, but desperate on the back check now, trying to take the puck away from him. Was Bowl, who did enough to break it up. 3.4 seconds to go in the period. Good back checking work there by Bowl, just breaking up the movement. Strutt takes the face off, chips it forward, but it'll wind down the clock and end the period. And at the end of the second, it's the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club Amos with 2 goals from 8 shots, the Hellfish with none from 3. The last time these two teams played each other, the Amos won 4-1. Bowl doing most of the damage with 2. but unable yet to cross the line, the Hellfish. The third period, 15 minutes of stop time. If the Hellfish get 2 back and we end up all tied up at the end of regulation, we will go to overtime, which will be 5 minutes of 3-on-3. Usually, sometimes it doesn't quite work out like that, but that's how it's supposed to start. And if they're still tied up at the end of that, it then goes to a penalty shootout. And teams get their 1 minute break to have a quick chat. Not an awful lot you can do in 1 minute to fix anything structural. It's pretty much a case of, come on guys, remember to get your changes. Because in the third, your brain goes to mush and you stop thinking because you're so tired. And you start thinking you need to stay on the ice for longer rather than quicker. It's a classic mistake made at just about every single level of hockey. Stay on too long and you become toast. And toast is not very useful if you're trying to use it in breakfast cereal. 15 minutes, the third period. 8 shots on the net to the Ammos for 2 goals. 3 shots for none for the Hellfish. Paola's been pretty good in the net for the Ammos for sure throughout the tournament. Walsh has been great too for the Hellfish, but not much he could do. Some of those shots were pretty good. They were just whistled straight past him. He's made the saves you would expect him to make. Puck drop, we're underway. Hellfish win the face-off, but Kowalski goes in to pick it up. Beaten to it by Old. Now on the boards, Kowalski just dumps it in deep. The Ammos don't need to do anything in particular. The Hellfish need to score 3 goals to win it. Ammos don't need to score any. Sounds like a pretty simple equation, and it is. Puck up high, picked up Kowalski, gets onto his forehand, shoots. Walsh the save. He's lost sight of it, but I think it's actually in his glove. He wasn't sure that that's where it was, but it was. 14 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this last grand final of the tournament here at iceHQ for the Aussie Classic. The Hellfish setting up early. They don't need to. They've probably forgotten that it's stop time. There's no benefit in setting up in a hell of a hurry here for them, except maybe a little bit of subtle pressure on the Ammos. They're looking to try and break it up the ice, circling around, looking for it is DeMontagne. Puck is broken out though by Uli, who just leaves the puck behind, puts himself into the boards and loses his footing for his trouble. He has to get back up and reset. He's coming back the other way, Ball gets onto his forehand, shoots past Walsh and scores. Aaron Ball opens it up, and it will now be a 3-goal lead to the Ammos over the Hellfish. Ball just makes the goalie move. You can see there, get a bit of lateral movement from the goaltender. And that opens up the 5-hole, and I think that's where that one went. We can't see from that view, but Ball gets his first for the game. And the lead out now to 3 goals for the Ammos with 14 minutes to play in the third. Thompson now plays it up ice. It's kept in though, but Jones kicked it back in while his team was caught offside. So the clock will stop and the puck will be brought out for a face-off just outside the offensive zone for the Ammos. Taking the face-off for them, Gabriel Wilson lining up against Hugo Edwards. Edwards wins the face-off, but Wilson will pick it up in the end and chip it up the boards, gets it through Jones. As the Hellfish look to try and do something constructive with it. It's kept there Elderslie, but she couldn't do much with it. Played in now quickly by Edwards. Edwards loses his footing in the process. Puck dumped in deep. The Ammos now with plenty of time, no forechecking pressure on them. They look up ice. They're not seeing any movement though. All their players standing still. Standing still there was Lockwood, who really needed to be moving. Going in now to pick it up, racing around the back of the net, losing his footing. Ortel. He's blown a tyre, but hopefully not blown a ligament. Players deciding to do a little bit of Superman. Hellfish trying to come back the other way, but picked off there nicely by East, who does a good job of putting the puck deep in, and the Hellfish will now need to reset. They look to break it out. Jones gets the puck on his stick but can't handle it. It's picked up now and driven in by Edwards. Edwards has Jones racing into the slot, but he's covered. Now he's free in the slot. Puck loose, picked up by Elderslie. Can she get it on a forehand and shoot? She can, but getting a body down in the way of it was East. Puck loose, goes around the back of the net. Elderslie has it, tries to put it into the slot. It won't quite go. There's no one there now, but Ammos, they just play a very brave backhand. They were very lucky there that Edwards wasn't paying attention, because if he had seen it, he would have got it. Fired across, and this time the puck makes the stick of Edwards, who drives in deep, looking for someone in the slot. The Hellfish, he tries to chip it past Paola, but it goes harmlessly behind the net. Almost puts himself head first into the boards. Now it's picked up and shot by Brindley, who converts. It's a great play there around the back of the net. Edwards managed to create the opportunity, put it up high, picking it up with a bit of room, and it fired wide of Polar. I don't know that he saw it. He may have had Margetts in his line of sight. So the Hellfish on the board now. It's a 2-goal game with 12 minutes and 21 seconds to play. Strutt tries to chip it through, but is beaten by Bowl on the face-off. Bowl goes past, tries to get past the extended stick, puts it into the top of the slot. And the Ammos will get a shot away, but making a desperate save there was Walsh, who has to struggle back to his feet in a hurry. It's a good play there by the Ammos. Hellfish D looking to play it up the boards wisely. You could see him thinking about going cross ice and then thinking better of it. Mulan leaves the puck behind, just swings at it wildly. It'll be played in now Covington, who's dispossessed. Bowl got a stick on it, and it's moved out by Margetts as well. Bowl clears the puck out of the zone, but only as far as Hellfish stands. Dumont couldn't get to it. It's picked up now Thompson, who chips it up the back of the boards, but finally finds Strutt on the boards. Strutt gets past the check of Bowl. He's got to get past Margetts, who's watching him closely. Gets on his forehand, shoots. It was tipped down low by Atwood. Luckily for the Ammos, it didn't actually tip it in. It would have been a great own goal. Now they look to break it out again. Gets through the feet of Covington. Strutt now to clean it up. He's being pressed by Bowl. Tries a backhand to get past him. Ammos offside as they have to reset. Kirby Dumont loses a footing. It's picked up now under the feet of Schultz. Schultz tries to get a shot, just staggers a little bit. Bowl gets back and Margetts gets back and shuts it down. Puck loose in the slot. Paolo reaches out desperately to grab it and pounces on in the end as Covington was trying to get across. 10 minutes and 59 seconds. The Ammos with a 2-goal lead, 3 goals to 1. 13 shots to the Ammos, just the 4 to the Hellfish. 5 now, but one of them went in, and that's what counts. 1 second less than 11 minutes to go as the face-off there won by the Ammos, and it's Kowalgi who gets it on his backhand, comes forehand, shoots, goes wide. It was a good chance, but the Hellfish did a good job of shutting down, not giving Kowalgi the option to cut across the front and make Walsh move. Good play by them on the back check, good desperate defence. They know they're in this game. Kowalgi now goes to get onto his forehand, chips it in around the back of the net, but it's picked up by the Hellfish. It's on the stick of Covington, who looks up ice trying to find movement. Doesn't see much. Hoiking it up high with a bit of a backhander. The Hellfish try and play it up. Just getting past everyone there is Page, who chips it through, but doesn't get it past the Hellfish through the middle of the neutral zone. Now Kowalgi reloads for another chance. Gets past one check. Tries to get onto his forehand. Shoots. Doesn't quite get the shot on. It was just wide as diving desperately to do something about it was Jones. Now they come back, the Ammos, with the puck again. They play it up high. Shooting and looking for the tip-in was McKines. Very nearly got the tip-in, but it didn't quite go. It was a good option. Jones now circles around with the puck, and the Hellfish look for a chance to break up through the middle. It's picked up by Mercado. He's got the puck on the backhand, trying to find someone moving down the middle. Played it across, but unfortunately for him, there was no Hellfish there. They're caught offside, having to wait Jones. He just pauses as his players just ambling back to get onside, maybe not aware of the urgency of what they needed to do. And now looking up ice are the Ammos. They flick it cross ice, and of course it gets intercepted, because it always does. It was passed straight to Powell, but she couldn't do much with it. Trying to fire the puck in then was Huber, but it went wide, and Lockie Walsh saw that one go clear. Hellfish battling with it behind the net. They go cross ice, but no one there for the Ammos this time. They don't necessarily need it. Picking up now Atwood. Atwood goes cross ice, gets away with it. The Hellfish look to break it in. They just tip it in deep there through Dumoulin. She tips the puck in deep. They rim it out the other side and get a good clearance. Racing back now to pick it up Ortel for the Hellfish, but it's gone for icing. No one touched it before it crossed the line, and it will be brought back for a defensive zone face-off for the Ammos. 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this third and final period. 2-goal lead to the Ammos 3, Hellfish 1. Ammos pouring on the pressure. They've got 17 shots on the net so far as the scorer sees it. Hellfish loading up, face-off there, won by the Hellfish, but not cleanly, as Huber looks to play it up. It's on the backhand of Covington. Spins, tries to get it on his forehand. The Ammos lose sight of it. Margetts had it under his feet and wasn't aware. Covington ducking and weaving, tries to get around the pressure and does. Skates around, gets onto his forehand, shoots. Paolo the save. It was a good shot through a lot of noise, but Paolo saw it coming. Covington did a great job of getting that across onto his forehand. You can see Paolo, though, great positional save. Went 5-hole, shut the door. There it is. No goal. 8 minutes and 23 seconds to go. 2 goals the lead. Can the Hellfish get it back? They indeterminate face-off. Nothing really out of that, but the Ammos managed to clear it out. Getting the puck out of the zone. Lockwood, she dumps it in deep. There will be icing on this. No, they're offside. Sorry, I tell a lie. The Ammos giving the Hellfish plenty of room to move up with the ice. They can get some speed on the breakout if they choose to. They chip it in deep, looking for Jones. Jones won't get there. He's beaten to the puck by Dillon. Paige Dillon tries to flick it up. They don't get it out of the zone. Covington with another shot. This time it went over the shot side of Polo. I don't think he saw that one. Certainly didn't get anything on it. Wrapping around now, trying to get another shot through the net was Edwards, and it was a good shot. Paolo just managed to get the save. He gets tangled up in his own net. Stick gets caught. Great opportunity there for the Hellfish if they could get a shot away, but they didn't. Pass went up to Froggatt on the stretch. Couldn't quite get it complete. It was a good option. Puck goes deep into the corner. The Ammos back in numbers as the Hellfish look to break it out. They've only got 7.5 minutes now to score a couple of goals. They need to get one quickly. Just a nice little poke check there by Aldersley. Managed to keep the puck in and keep the pressure on the Ammos. It's Jones loses his footing. It's picked up now by Percy, who looks to put it across the slot, but only makes it as far as Brindley. Brindley for the Hellfish plays it up the ice. Gets it as far as East, who puts it back in again. Ammos caught offside and having to reset. Hellfish reset. Puck goes right under the stick of Jones. Maybe he's got a hole the size of a puck in his stick. It does happen. They're designed like that. You have to take them up. Now Jones come back. He's got a little bit of room. He's caught on his backhand. He's got Strutt in the slot loose. Strutt's calling for it. Strutt shoots. He had time. It just went wide. It's a great option there for Strutt. He just couldn't quite finish it off as Jones battles for it behind the net. Strutt comes in to help out. Tries to chip it through. But sheer force of will, not necessarily enough. He gets it onto his backhand. Puts it up for Jones into the slot. Couldn't complete it. And the Ammos will move the puck out of the puck there. Percy runs into Old. That was a fair contest for the puck, though. No check involved in that one. The puck comes across, is picked up by Schultz. Schultz tries to get more on it. Strutt now has the puck, gets onto his forehand, shoots, goes high, hits the net, no goal. 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go. 17 shots on the net to the Ammos for their 3 goals. 6 for the Hellfish. Hellfish starting to run low on time. They've got 6 minutes to score 2 goals. It can most certainly be done. This game anything but over, especially with stop time. Puck played up high. It's fired in hard, but deflected off something by Old. He couldn't get onto it cleanly. As Margetts now tries to pick it up. It's shoved back in by Kirby Dumoulin. Can't get enough on it, though. Strutt now trying to shut down the movement of Huber. Huber gets onto his forehand, shoots through traffic. Seen into the corner there by Lockie Walsh. Puck goes round the back of the net, but it's picked up in the end by Walsh, who says enough is enough. We'll stop this one. And we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone for the Hellfish. Can they turn this one into a good counter-attack? They've got 5.5 minutes to do it. Puck comes up high and is flung in across the front there by Page. Looking to move the puck out now. The Hellfish, they've got to clear it up. They've got Strutt circulating around. They know he can score at times. Hasn't been particularly productive at the moment. He's had a few chances, but hasn't been able to finish them off. He gets past the check of Huber. Demond decides that the blue line is a trip hazard. Coming back now the other way with some speed, but not great skating, just one-footed. But taking the shot was Thompson. But the Hellfish will clear it out of the zone. It'll pick it up now through Page. Page dumps it across, tries to find and successfully does so Margetts. Margetts goes for a little backhand. It won't go in the way with Lockie Walsh. Battling now on the boards of players. A shot flung in and they score. Margetts gets that one on the one-timer. Pass came across from Bowl. Margetts was in the right place and just cannoned it straight in. We'll see this one on the replay. Lovely little one-timer. Gets it straight past the outstretched leg there of Lockie Walsh. And the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club out to a 4-1 lead with 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go. This is the same score that the previous time these two teams played. It ended up with 4-1. Hellfish calling a timeout. They're allowed a 1 minute timeout if they want it. Question asked will be asked here, do we pull the goaltender? How do we try and get this one back? 30 seconds showing up on the clock. That's an interesting one. And it's not moving. But there's something going on here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But certainly someone's called a timeout. Now the clock starts to tick, perhaps just a little bit slow in getting that one started in the first place and a bit of hand timing, but it's corrected. The scorekeepers have had a very, very long day. It is 9:45 p.m. and most of us have been here since about 6 o'clock in the morning. So a big day for the crew here. Thank you very much to everyone who's been involved, all the scorers, all the lines, all the referees who've done a terrific job of keeping this under control. So too, of course, the iceHQ staff in the bar and the cafe. We've done a terrific job of keeping everyone fed and watered. This is the last game of the evening, and it will be finished sometime around about 10 p.m. by the look of it, once we see what the clock says. 4.5 minutes to go, so we'll be finished well before then, unless the Hellfish can get 3 goals in a hurry. Can be done. Everyone's seen the Maple Leafs throw away a lead like this. In fact, many teams have done it. The Ammos don't need to do anything in particular. They dump it in deep. Kowalski will get there first, but he doesn't get possession, and the Hellfish look to move it up. They're trying to find some movement as Demond runs into Bowl. Puck deep in the corner. Really trying to do something with it. Tries to turn and pivot. Hasn't got much help. He's got Edwards in the slot, but he can't get it to him. Kowalski now clears the puck out of zone. Oh, he leaves the puck behind, but it's moved out by Uli, who cleans up his own player there, smashes into Edwards and flattens him. Edwards slow to get back to his feet as the players battle for the puck. All the Ammos are going to do is just freeze it. They don't have to do anything. They're quite happy to run the clock down, and wisely so. That's exactly what Kowalski does. Just keeps the puck under his feet. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. 3 goals the lead to the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club. 21 shots to 6. The Ammos have one hand on the trophy. Can they get 2 hands on it? Remains to be seen. Going back to pick it up and clear it out of the zone was Thompson. It just bobbles out of the line, but it wasn't seen like by the referees. But it doesn't matter because the Ammos managed to get it out this time, showing no ill effects there. But offside was Ulysses Mikado Uli. Now it's on the stick of Percy, who shoots it wide. Walsh saw it go wide and just stuck a glove out, but didn't need to. Calling for it to Mond. If they can't get the puck to her, she has to circle around and come back. Picking up now Percy, who tries to get a shot away, but blocked. Getting the stick down there, Brindley. Now the Ammos with another chance to reload and reset, but it's played out there. Uli can't get the puck past the pinching D of Margetts. Puck now comes out, up high. Sorry, not Margetts. That was East. Taking a little bit too much time there to get rid of it was Atwood, but he did in the end. Just a little bit pedestrian, but again, the clock on the side of the Ammos. They don't need to do anything in particular. Now with the puck, Huber being forced wide. He has a player in the slot loose, but they couldn't get it to Froggatt. Froggatt was there. Puck deep in the corner. Just 2.5 minutes now to play in the game. Ammos with a 3-goal lead. It's going to be very difficult for the Hellfish to get this one back, but not impossible. Percy now picks it up. He's got Strutt, but he leaves the puck behind. Strutt still looking for it. Percy still didn't want the puck. Not enough anyway. And Atwood will just clear the puck out and get it clear and away from the check of Strutt. Covington trying to shut down Margetts. Margetts goes in the corner, puts it across the slot, but the Hellfish are there. Strutt calling for it, gets it. He's got no one in front of him this time. He's got a great opportunity. Straight, he gets onto his forehand. He shoots low. Paola, it's loose, but it's picked up by the Ammos who get back in time. It was a good chance there for Strutt, but he couldn't quite finish it off. Ammos let him have him a bit too much room, but with just under 2 minutes to go now, the Hellfish looking to clear it out again if they can. It's now on Strutt's sticker, who's been in the ice for a very long time. He must have a heart rate of about 350 million. Welcome to tachycardia. Back now, though, comes Margetts. Looks up ice. Doesn't need to do much. Gets around the check of Covington. Pushed into the corner, though. Loose in the slot. The Ammos have one just loitering in the back of the net. He now moves up to high slot in Froggatt. They get the puck to him, but he couldn't get a shot away. 1 minute and 23 seconds to play in the game. 3 goals the lead. The puck cleared out by the Hellfish, but they can't clear the zone. Now it's on Jones, who's trying to get the puck across. He's got Strutt with him. Goes himself, gets onto his backhand. He's got Strutt, who pass just not quite complete as Jones puts himself into the boards. Keeping it in Covington. He's got a shot if he can take it. He shoots low through traffic, but it hits the foot of a Hellfish loser, sorry, of an Ammo. Strutt now beaten to the puck there and pushed off it by Lockwood. Jones sitting loose in the slot if they can get the puck to him. 45 seconds to play. Can the Hellfish get one back quickly and get themselves in it? They haven't decided to pull the goalie. They've maintained strength now. It's on the Strutt, tries to chip it in. Polar gets his body in the way. Strutt with another chance. It's lost under his feet. Picked up, though, by Old. Old puts it across. The Ammos will clear the zone. Covington having to go back and pick it up. 25 seconds now to go. Hellfish resetting. Driven in deep and hard by Old, but he's got Kowalgi who steals the puck, who just rims it around, and it's going to trickle up out of the net. 15 seconds now to go in the game as Covington picks it up, just stutters with the puck a little bit, looks up ice, sees he doesn't have any movement. Jones has been on the ice for about 1,000,000 years. Coming back now is Kowalgi, who just casually dumps it in. He knows the time and knows the score and wins the game. So the final grand final of the evening, it's the rookie grand final, goes to the Melbourne Amateur Hockey Club with a score of 4 from 21 to the Hellfish. Goals to the Ammos, to Kowalgi and to Muggets, and Bowl with 2 for the Hellfish, 1 to Brindley. Will Mahoney earning himself a game misconduct and ejected from the game for a dangerous boarding in the mid part of the second period. So that concludes our coverage here of the iceHQ Aussie Classic. Hope you've enjoyed all of the games in the tournament that we brought through to you. It's been a lot of work and a lot of fun, and we hope everyone who came along here enjoys it, and we look forward to bringing the Aussie Classic to you very shortly. iceHQ is the ice rink, which is hockey, hockey, hockey. We live, sleep, eat, breathe and dream hockey here at iceHQ. It's what we do. If you want to play, this is the place to do it. We have beginner leagues all the way, beginner grades all the way through to elite A-grade players playing in our competition. And we have trainings here on Wednesday nights and a recreational league that plays every night of the week. This is a hockey rink, make no mistake. Thank you very much for being with us here at iceHQ. We very much enjoy bringing the coverage to you. We'll see you next time a game is on. That'll be tomorrow.